What is happening, traders? Sushi again for you guys. Now, last video was a pretty much comparative analysis between Sushi and Uni and how it's actually going on between them. Because most of the time, these both are certainly going to move together because same fundamentals, same ecosystem. Most of the functioning is the same. The most of the output is the same as well. So most of the liquidity flowing into these assets are also going to be the same. Well, I'm doing this video for the second time because the first time I was recording this and the mic was not turned on, guys. Okay, let's just simply turn on to the technical analysis right here. And as you can see, Sushi simply broke above the previous all-time high. Now here's everything you need to know. The first and the foremost thing that you fucking need to know is do not FOMO into this one right now. Don't just simply jump into buying everything. Don't try to buy the entire supply of Sushi even if you have the capital with you, because it's completely fine to miss out on these trades. And as you can see how beautifully these grinds against the price action to the downside is just simply playing out again and again and again on Sushi swap, guys. This one being the first one being 30% move to the upside, the second one being 21% move to the upside, now this one right here being again a 21% move to the upside. So this is a pretty symmetrical price action. And most of the times whenever prices are coming onto these levels, just watch how they're getting picked up. Watch how the lows are simply getting higher and higher and higher every single time you're getting picked up on Sushi. And most of the times the reason why you're missing out on these things is because that you're probably selling with the trend, right? Just watch the entire macro, guys. The macro is fucking bullish, right? So everything which comes down is probably gonna get bought, right? And as far as you're maintaining the structure, as far as you're maintaining the prices above the previous lows on a regular schedule, on something which is happening again and again every single week, so it's more likely that it'll happen once again. Trends continue to trend until the trend lasts. So trend is going to be your friend, guys. Trend is going to be even better friend of yours than me. All right, so stay with the trend. It's going to give you money if you stick to the trend properly. Now what a wasteful thing to say, man. I mean, the most important thing to be talked about right here was how this entire area right here as a 21 simple on the daily time frame got picked up with the immense amount of bullish activity, with immense amount of buying coming in at $15 regions, to be precise, 15 to 14.5 levels. And well, as far as you didn't on my previous videos, I was talking about how this particular area could act like a risk management zone for Sushi against US dollar, and we did come really close to this point. And this was a good point of opportunity right here. Now this is how you do. You start risking your capital as you start coming towards these lows, right? And then you watch and then you wait for the prices to be picked up. So as the trend was coming down, these points were taken to be extremely like a good risk to reward opportunity by most of the players in the market. So this is why the explosive move to the upside happened, and we came pretty close to the risk management point all the way. It was 8.5% shy. Now these ranges are damn big, guys. Don't get me wrong, one single candle is getting you 40%, guys, in one single day. So pretty difficult to play these ranges out and time everything properly. So as far as you're seeing these highs, these lows staying above the previous lows is completely fine, guys. The trend is going to be completely fine. So you can pick up whenever the prices come close to these kind of lows right here. Now this one being a good buyback, signifying strength. Now this one signifying strength even further. So let's just simply try to jump into the 4-hour time frame and let's see what is going on. I just simply put on the 200 simple moving average as well. I'll be far off the 200 simple moving average in the 4-hour time frame. Now one thing that I wanted to talk about was some key support and resistance points into which the prices could bam into and probably get rejected or probably get picked up. Right now is not the time to FOMO, guys. It's simply not the time to FOMO. If you missed out on this trend, do not worry. It's not going to go to $100 the fucking same day. Well, it could. If everybody in the crypto space decides to buy Sushi, yes, then it could, but I don't think that is happening. Crypto space is getting bigger and bigger, so a lot of diversification happening as well. So as far as you're maintaining 16.6, you are fine. You can argue about the fact that you could simply have some accumulation range, like a huge wide accumulation range right here, a reaccumulation range right here, and then you can talk about trending move to the upside after we close above this diagonal trend resistance. And this is a pretty much channel, and this channel is pretty much telling of the fact how prices are squeezing against the supports and resistance. And whenever you come into the supports, you're getting picked up. you're getting picked up, signifying that the macro is bullish. Look at this, guys. I mean, this 3-day candle is going to be closing in 8 hour, and you have open closures and trend above the ICO levels around $16 on sushi against USDT. So you're pretty much neatly bullish, I would say, on these levels. And as far as the macro is printing candle like these lows in the short time frame will get picked up again and again, guys, and it'll just simply slip to the upside like this, and you'll be waiting on the sidelines. So start scaling in when the prices come down towards the 200 simple moving average, like and some key significant areas like this one being at, let me just try to readjust this and let's see if I can make more sense out of it. Yep. So 15.2 also being a significant point, as it was aligning with the VPVR. It went down anyway. For this particular structure, yeah, it's now aligning. You have a lot of volume confluence coming in at 15.35, so this area should hold up if it comes down, and this should get picked up if the price does something like this. Okay, not to the backside, but yeah, something like this. So we can argue about the fact that you would want to come back and test this diagonal trending support once again before the final break to the upside. Now there's one more thing which is called partial decline. Now partial decline generally happens in broadening channels and broadening wedges, not much in straight channels. Like so what do I mean by partial decline? Something. Okay, now this chart is looking too messy, guys. Let me just simply try to sort it out, because I don't think I'll be able to convey my message properly if I don't do that right off. Okay, so what do I mean by partial decline? Partial decline means that the prices would come down to test the few key zones, but ultimately fail to come close to this diagonal trending support line coming in from the lows, right? So what generally happens is that you test this resistance right here, and then you get picked up somewhere here with the medium, with the middle trending line, with the middle diagonal trending line, and then you get picked up right here, and then you break past it. So watch for this diagonal trending support to hold as well, and watch for the prices to get reaccumulated in this zone. If you're failing, if you're breaking this point right here at 16.9 on 4-hour closing schedule, or even 2-hour even 2-hour closing and opening schedule, you could be looking at prices coming down and testing these areas of liquidity around 15.2 until we are holding above this middle trend line. You're completely fine, and expect sushi to get reaccumulated between this point and this point right here before the further move to the upside for probably new all-time highs. And it is most likely new all-time highs are going to come pretty soon on sushi than you think, because of one simple fact, which is this weekly candle right here is crazy. It's kick-ass. Now this weekly trend is kick-ass as well. Now Asia has gone significantly to the upside. Sushi on a weekly schedule going and add 1500% to the upside against USDT. Pretty amazing. So you stay in the trend until this trend is continuing to the upside. And how do you confirm that a trend could probably start reversing? Would be not the fucking highlighter. Okay, would be losing out on this level right here, which is aligning with $15. Completely fine until you are above $15 regions on weekly closing schedule. Now, how many, whatever multiples you've had in your portfolio because of sushi, you're fine holding sushi as of now until you're closing weekly candles below the $15 regions. And I don't think it should matter much to you if you're holding sushi from all the way down here, because 15 to $17 region is not much. It's just a $2.5 difference, which is okay, which is all 17%, but in context to a 1500% move, 17% is probably nothing. All right, it's probably nothing. So if you're closing weekly above $15 regions, you're completely fine for a macro continuation structure on sushi. And well, sushi could start looking down. We have not had a blow off kind of situation right now, so these candles, they often do lead to blow off top situation. Now blow off top is something where you can see absolute mania, like something which is going on with BNB, guys. BNB going on 300 USD is just crazy to watch. Anyway, so blow off maniac phase could lead this price like this, and then like a final vertical move, and then you can have a major correction rally coming to the downside. So until you're having this major weekly green candle most of the times the prices will not reverse like until the last blow off move, right? The last skyrocket move. So wait for that to happen, I guess. Until you are holding on $15, it's just completely fine for Sushi to hold up and simply grind against this diagonal trending support and go towards maybe 40-50 dollar targets. And it's not far-fetched, guys. A $50 Sushi is not even more, it's not even 200%, right? If I'm not wrong, $50 Sushi would certainly look huge, massive. It's a 200% move to the upside, and you could argue that $50 Sushi could be your blow off top kind of zone, where most of the profit taking could happen and most of the dumping could start happening. Until then, you're holding 15, you're completely fine. Okay, do not try to FOMO into Sushi since it pumped 34% in one single day. Although this candle is showing a lot of strength, like this is a huge green candle, guys, right here. But just wait for any 4 hour to 2 hour closure above the this all-time high right here at 18.8. then you can talk about immediate trend continuation. Otherwise, as I said, you could come to test the diagonal trending line in the center and ultimately to the downside, right? Until then, you're completely fine on Sushi, looks like. Alright, guys, I think that's pretty much it for this video right here. I hope you had a little more clarity. If you're holding, trading, or investing in Sushi, let me know down in the comments what you're doing and what was your point of entry for Sushi and where do you plan to exit. Just let me know so that we can have a good discussion around in the comment section down below itself. Until I actually get into a Telegram channel or make something like that, we can have the discussions right here at YouTube. So hit that subscribe, go for that like, and let me know what you want to see in the next video, because most probably I'll be coming with some Uniswap analysis pretty soon. Alright, guys, bye for now.